All right, let's get to a couple talks at the table here. By now, we all know the story. About a dozen Secret Service agents and 5 members of the Army Special Forces now find themselves in a whole lot of trouble, embroiled in a prostitute scandal in Colombia. President Obama says he expects the investigation into those media reports of the scandal to be thorough and rigorous, and he says he will be, quote, angry if the allegations turn out to be true. The incident, which took place before the president arrived in Colombia for the Latin America summit last weekend, overshadowed Obama's trip to the Summit of the Americas. None of the agents were part of the president's personal security detail. Congress expected to investigate the matter. All right. I've heard some say this is going to be a major problem for the president. You really think this is going to be a campaign issue?
Well, I don't think so, because Ronald Kessler, the main source on a lot of this material, wrote a book, and surprise, Hillary Clinton didn't come out too well, but he has said that the agents who've been working with the president over these last 4 years have been treated with great respect and with cordiality, and so they like this president and first lady. I don't think that there's any reason why you should have these problems. And newsflash, by the way, the latest is the possibility that the prostitutes were underage, and that's another
This is going to be a big deal for Obama, because this was the squad charged with hiding his birth certificate. Oh, and the Republican attack on his birth stuff is about as much reality as trying to blame the president for this.
Is this going to last more than 2 days?
No.
Right.
That was irony.
Richard, you were waiting for me to say it is a big deal, but you decided to go ahead anyway.
Like this when I'm being
well, since we all agree, I should move while I'm ahead here. I want to get into this story, though, because some of you might see this video. I mean, this is awful. Tourist in Baltimore. Kid got apparently really drunk around St. Patty's Day, I think it was, and he got into a really difficult situation. There's a kid getting punched here. Drunken tourist gets his pocket picked. Apparently had a watch about almost $2 grand taken off his hand. That's what precipitated. Then they took his phone. Then they took everything else, including every stitch of clothing that he had. But instead of helping him, as you can see with this video, group not only laughing it up, they recorded all for posterity, and then they decided to post it. The kid eventually made his way back to a hotel with no recollection as the incident. He had a black eye, scarred, and you get the idea here. But I have a question, which is, we all find this to be horrible, but people have taken videos of this. If they don't want to be heroes and get in the middle and try and help the kid, they could have turned the camera off and dialed 911. Should we have an expectation, this is a broader hypothetical question, that you have to, forget about do no harm, at least alert the authorities if you're seeing a commission of a crime, especially where someone's obviously livelihood and security is at risk? Mr.
Or better yet, I mean, I have no sympathy watching this type of, the animals, I'm sorry, that attacked this person. I don't know what happened, but to stand there and not do anything, and okay, maybe you don't want to get involved, but that's a problem in the black community, don't snitch, which is ridiculous, because innocent teachers, doctors, lawyers are being killed, and you're talking about don't snitch. But if you're not going to do anything, don't stand there and take part of it by not doing anything. Walk away, but you should call the police. Did you see that blow? Yeah. That blow could have killed that man.
I mean, it's an awful thing, and you're talking about what the comedian made a great point on in the last episode of Seinfeld. Was about criminal indifference. Yep. And I don't think this is a place for the criminal law, but I think Dominic is right that in any society where there's an interrelationship between people, you should have an expectation of people do some damn thing to stop something like that.
But if they don't, Richard, and they just, especially in this digital age, sit there and record it and try and get as many hits, should there be any culpability? I'm not talking jail time, but should there be a penalty for, as you say, for not just criminal indifference, but in the delighting or the gloating here of the pain of others?
There are things that where the criminal law should come in and change behavior, and there are better ways than the criminal law. It's an awful thing. There are better ways than indicting people to fix it.